Hi there. I just got back from my morning run, and I'm looking forward to trying these. Look at these. Look at these lovely Cochlear cookies. Yeah, it's anyway. It's I got told off last time for the sound quality being so bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down here and have a chat with you guys. Yeah. So basically, I was on my morning run and very reflective this morning, because on this day 20 years ago I actually went to hospital to have my first cochlear implant. I remember it like yesterday. I mean, I would be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. I had lots of questions. I had questions such as like, will the surgery hurt? Will the device work? Would it make my tinnitus worse? I had all these questions, and I was lucky because at that time I had been put into contact with a cochlear implant user who lived in South Africa, and we spent many weeks emailing each other, and she's still a very dear friend of mine today. So hello, Via. I know we haven't spoken for a while, but I think about you often, and thank you for the huge impact you had on my life. All my life, I've been raised as a hearing person, and as I continued to lose my hearing, I felt like I was becoming half a person, because my parents have always raised me to be the best I can be. But how can you be the best you can be when part of you is falling apart every day? It's actually quite emotional, actually. The thing is, when I was getting ready for surgery, my life was getting harder and harder all the time. And as I was saying, I was raised as a hearing person, but I was feeling more inadequate as time went by. I suppose you can compare it to if a white couple adopted a black baby. That white couple would never be able to show the black baby its roots, its cultural roots, its genetic roots. So I felt like I wasn't able to be like the rest of my family. Now, I know this is very divisive, but the truth of the matter is everybody else in my family is hearing and I'm not. Okay. So in my early 20s, I started to feel like I should be doing all these things. I should be going to parties, going to bars. I should be laughing in loud places. I should be going traveling with my friends. I never had the confidence to do any of those things. I was incredibly dependent on my family. I was 23 when I had my cochlear implant, and I remember on the day my parents taking me to the hospital. It was very solemn because, you know, I was nervous, but at the same time I was ready. I really wanted my life to move forward somehow. I felt stuck. So what happened was my parents stayed with me for a while, and then visiting hours were over and they had to leave. And I remember it was a very emotional moment because I took both of my hearing aids out and I gave them to my mother. And I said to her, I don't want to see these ever again. So my strategy was that I wanted my cochlear implants to work. So I put all my faith in the cochlear implants. I had very little benefit from my hearing aids, and it was time to say goodbye to them. So early the following morning, I was woken up by the nurse, and I was lip reading her, and she asked me, "Are you ready?" And of course, we went from there to the operating room, and it was so calm because I didn't have my hearing aids on anymore. Everything was so calm and still. And then somebody was administering the anaesthetic, and I saw my surgeon. I grabbed his hand and I said to him, I'm bald, okay? So don't mess this up. This has to look good afterwards. And then I was gone. The next thing I remember is waking up. I remember the room being really brightly lit. And I really needed the toilet. So I got up, walked into the hallway, and all these nurses came running and they were fussing over me. I don't remember feeling any pain, any discomfort. I just remember my head feeling really, really heavy. Yeah, so looking back, given the seriousness of the operation, there was very little pain actually. I remember getting back into the room, and I remember waking up. My mum was touching my arm and she asked me if I was okay, and I just remember nodding. And then my dad asked me the same question, and I said I'm fine, and he told me everything was going to be okay, and I believed him. But what I wasn't prepared for was being discharged the same day. I mean, at first I thought, are you mad? It's like, I've just had surgery on my head. What if the implant falls out? I mean, I was irrational, and I was so glad that my parents were there. So, I mean, I think that's why it's so important to have that kind of support when you're going through the surgery. So that was the surgery, really. It was quite straightforward. I had my first device in 2001. Then I had my second device 13 years later. And if I had 3 ears, I've made this joke many times, if I had 3 ears, I would do it again. It's just been so beneficial to me. I've worked with many people over the years, and the one thing that is said again and again and again is, I wish I had had the surgery sooner. Okay. So, I'm going to end this clip by inviting you to make cochlear cookies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the recipe underneath this clip. If you've got any comments on this clip, please, please, please write them down. I like to know what's going on out there, and if you've got any ideas for what you would like to see in a future clip, please share. I'm more than happy to give them some thought. Okay? Have a great day wherever you are. Bye!